everyone. So today we are going to be converting this truck over to 17 millimeter. Now I'm already using Tekno drive shafts. You guys can see right down in there. See the Tekno drive shafts. But this over here is what we're going to be changing. So I got 2 packs of these 17 millimeter adapters so that I can run some different tires and wheels. Now, main reason for this is because I don't trust these hexes on 4S. Another reason is because I would much rather run 17 millimeter wheels, just for strength purposes and things of that nature. So, I've never done this. I did throw together the Tekno drive shafts. However, I have not done one of these swaps before, so we'll see what all is necessary to do it, and we're just gonna kind of see what happens here. So fair warning, this might be a little longer video than normal because I'm going to be learning along with you guys, so let's just keep that in mind, huh? Let me move my charge cord. My phone's at like 30% and that thing's a piece of junk. Well, not really, but in terms of battery life, it's not very good. So, all right. First thing is first, we're going to take off our C-hubs here. We have a screw up top, and we have a screw in the bottom, or a bolt, whatever you want to call it. We got one there, and we got one there. We're going to take those out. That'll allow this whole piece here to come out and be serviceable. So that's what we're going to do. We're not even going to bother taking off the steering rod or anything like that. And for clarification, I have done 3 videos already, and I got a 5th one to do after this one. So we're not going to do all 4 of these. I'm just going to show you how to do it with one front one and one rear one. And that ought to be enough to show anybody how to do this. My back is hurting pretty bad. And yeah, I could just wait till tomorrow to do this, but I'm excited to get this thing all thrown together. And quite frankly, I would love to be able to run it tomorrow, but I don't think my back's gonna hold out long enough for me to be able to get it together that far. There we go. Now we're gonna take our wheel nut off. Our stock hex, you'll have a pin that goes through this axle. We're gonna take that out. I am running some spacers here, so those are gonna come off. And then that's gonna come off. And there is your entire stub axle, or, well, not stub axle, it's your entire axle. This main piece here we're gonna be keeping. The only part we're swapping out is that right there, okay? So to get this out, it's actually far easier than you would think. There's a rod that goes through. It's not captured in any way by anything other than the bearing while it's in the hub. So you're going to find a small little Allen wrench or an ice pick or something like that. We're going to find where that little rod in there is, and we're going to push it out. And there you have it. Your old one is off, and your new one is ready to be put on. Same exact way that the old one came off, just in reverse. If you're a kid watching this, always have proper supervision using a knife. As a matter of fact, these packages aren't that tough. Probably be better off just ripping them open with your teeth. Oh, it looks like these are a bit different. Do these have a set screw that holds it in place? What's going on here? Why do we got a set screw? Well, I guess we'll find out why that set screw is there here in a minute. Looks like there's a flat spot on the edge of this pin, and that's usually where set screws go to. Yeah, they're also thicker pins. They're physically larger than the ones that came out, so that's good. But I don't know why. Oh wait, are there other pieces that came with this? Hold on a minute here. Because if those are physically larger, they look like they are they? Oh, dude, that sucks. Okay, well, these pins are physically too large to fit through the axle. So did I buy the wrong kit, or is this a problem? Adapters for M6 drive shaft. I don't have the packaging for these. It's been a year since I put these on. How do the old ones fit through here? Is there a lot of play? Do they bind? Do they make it through both sides? Yeah. Okay. No, they're not meant for that side. Huh. So that's strange. They did send new pins, but they're physically too large to fit through the end of the old drive shaft. I'm not sure if this is my fault or what's going on there, but it seems like stock pins fit. All right, what is going on here? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm a total idiot. Okay, these aren't for that. These are for these are for these. I'm sorry. I'm a dummy. Okay, that's totally my fault. I apologize. I'm an idiot. Okay, we put this back into our cup here. And some of y'all who have done this and are just watching, y'all were sitting there like laughing hysterically at me that whole time. There we go. We're back together. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. That goes through there. We put our drive shaft back in our drive cup in there. And then this gets put back in there. So, man, that is so embarrassing. I can't believe I sat there and struggled with that, trying to figure that crap out. I'm not editing that out neither. I'm going to let y'all know that right now. If I have to edit this video for length, I'm going to keep that. Just because. I always strive to be real and to be legit and honest with you guys. I always do. And I'm keeping that in just to show that we all make mistakes. I've been in this hobby for 20 years. I should not have had problems with that. Quick bit of advice: when you're tightening these down, if you tighten them up too much, I'll just demonstrate it here. If you tighten it up too much, these are going to have a lot of drag on them, and it's going to put extra stress on your servo. So you don't need these as tight as they'll get. You just need them tight enough to where they seat against the plastic. And that's it. You don't have to tighten the dog mess out of them, okay? I'm going to put our screw back in the bottom down here, if I can find it. There it is. And then we're going to move on to the rears. The rears are just as simple, really. This is not a hard thing to do. As long as you're smart enough to realize what pins go where. If you're an idiot like me, it might take you an extra 5 or 10 minutes. I really can't believe I did that. That blows my mind. And the weird thing about it is that, like, I'm not new to this. Like I said, I've been in this hobby for 20 years. That's not new to me. Not by any means. Alright, so now we put the new pins through. Alright. Now we're going to put the new pins through. And put these 17 millimeter things on here. We'll see if this requires a spacer as we go. It may need to be spaced out a little bit if there's some play. It doesn't seem like there is, so we're going to leave the spacers out. Now, how does this work? How do we close that pin in there without it falling out? There's a place for that set screw somewhere. Okay, there we go. It's going to be down inside of your axle. So this is actually more reminiscent of how the Baja 5B works. This is the exact same setup as that. You've got a pin that goes through, and then you got a set screw that goes into the end of the axle and bears against it to hold it in place. So that's an interesting little design for a 8th scale or 10th scale. It's cool that they would do that. I guess it's screwing in, I can't tell. Oh, yep, there we go. I'm just gonna snug that down against that little axle pin in there. Realistically, I should probably use some blue Loctite on that, but after the problem I had with that that outdrive cup for the Tekno, I'm staying away from blue Loctite. If I lose that pin, I'm pretty sure you can find it on Tekno's website. If it comes out, it comes out, and I'll just buy a new one. I'm not Loctiting that in place because, yeah. So where did this pin come from? If I reused my old... Oh, that's the old... See, there we go again. That's the pin for the old hex. Sitting here thinking I'm losing parts. In reality, I'm just losing my mind. Okay. So these are not labeled front or rear, correct? Slash 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, slash 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. Okay. So I can just use this one on the rear. I don't have to worry about it being specifically for the front. Good. Like I said, y'all are learning with me on this. I haven't done this conversion yet, and I have no idea how all of this works. So you guys are just as clueless as I am if you're new to this. I'm going to take off that rear link, and we're going to fold this hub right here down. All right. And we're going to do the same thing we did on the front. We're going to take off our standard wheel nut and our hex. We're going to push out our little pin. Give it just a second here. Where'd my needle nose go? Are they sitting right in front of me? There they are. There's our little pin. We're going to take off our spacers. Now, just for clarification, not all trucks have those spacers. If yours is missing it, then it's fine. As long as you don't have a lot of side-to-side play there, you don't really need those spacers. But my truck had a lot of side-by-side or side-to-side play, so I put them in. Nothing that you're seeing is going to guarantee that you have them, all right? So just keep that in mind. Don't freak out if you're missing them. There we go. Get rid of that so it doesn't confuse me again. Put on the new one. If you're working with these drive shafts, if you built these like I did, then you already know this. But if you bought something used that had them, be careful because you have a little insert in the end of it there. And if you lose that, these are useless. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and put that on. Put the pin back in. Make sure it's not going to go nowhere. Go ahead and put it back in our hub. Make sure that we're all locked into place and good. And we're going to put the other 17mm adapter on. Put the new pin through. And again, check to see if we have any play. Okay, on that one we have a little bit, so I'm actually going to put a spacer in there. Is it going to change how far out this wheel sticks compared to the others? Yes, but these spacers are so small and that amount of play is so small that to the naked eye, and handling wise, it's not going to be visible or noticeable. So if you've got a lot of play, then that's different, but this is just a tiny bit. There we go. And now our little set screw goes in to hold it all into place. There we go. Now our linkage goes back on, and I had this in the middle hole on these Tekno hubs. And there you go. You do that 2 more times, and you're fully converted over to Tekno 17mm hubs. Again, I don't think I need to go through the other 2. It's just going to make this video longer. But, there you have it. Ah, no. My wheel nut. Just trying to run away. So, for one, because I want to see what it looks like. And for 2, it's Arma parts on a Traxxas. So just to piss off the elitists, I'm going to grab my old Creighton wheels, because they're 17mm. Ah, they won't fit. They interfere with the chassis. You win this round, Arma. Alright, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully this helps some people out. It's not as hard as you might think. Most stuff with these RC cars is pretty simple. There are some complicated things, certainly when you get into electronics or, you know, gas engines, nitros, things like that. But this right here, it's Lego. It's pretty simple. Again, if you don't get confused by the pins because you're an idiot. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.